Welcome to Amazing. We all have preconceived notions about everyday things that aren't always as straightforward as we think. For example, I used to believe that pavement bricks were laid by hand, and I always assumed Toad had a bizarre mushroom-shaped tumor on his head. Turns out, I was wrong, and you're about to discover that there are many things in the world that aren't exactly what they seem. Amazing, right? Special effects. Number 10, Special Effects Wind. Most of us are aware of the use of green screens in professional video production. It's something we've learned to live with. So how do you think they make a model's hair flutter in the wind as they take a shot for a commercial? Or how do you think they make Superman's cape flutter to give the impression that he's soaring through the sky? They use a fan, surely. Wrong. They use ninjas in green suits. I'm not even lying. Take a look and see for yourself at this clip of the filming for Superman Returns. Here you can see green screen flutterers, people dressed in chroma key GIMP suits. Commercials and movie studios sometimes employ them to create windswept effects. They're easily removed in post-production. It looks super weird, though. Just look at the way those green ninjas are puppeteering that cape. Elsewhere, a picture from an unidentified shampoo commercial, posted by Lighthouse Studios in Dubai, shows a green man waving his arms and hand around a model in the shot, giving her windswept hair. Although it may take a lot of work, I'm pretty impressed by the ingenuity of this one. Pineapples. Number 9, Pineapples do not grow on trees. Think about it, how do you think pineapples actually grow? They're certainly not cultivated under the sea, despite what some children's shows might suggest. But because of their size, many people mistakenly believe that pineapples grow on trees. Some even assume that the pineapples in stores are still mostly exported from Hawaii. However, that's no longer the case. Most pineapples now come from South America or Asia. If you asked a farmer from one of these regions to show you a pineapple tree, they'd probably laugh, because pineapples actually grow on bushes. The fruit itself has no seeds, and the next generation of pineapple bushes grows right on top of the fruit. It's a reminder that many of us have lost touch with where our food really comes from. Cereal marketing. Number 8, Cereal marketing. There are so many cereal brands out there, and it can be tough to choose which one to buy. What really makes a cereal box stand out, though, is the artwork on the front. That's why cereal brands use some clever tricks when designing that perfect bowl of milk and cereal. Wait, did I say milk? I meant glue. Yep, that's right, what looks like milk in those pictures is actually white PVA glue, the same kind you might have used in art class. Milk is too watery, which causes the cereal to sink and get soggy, not exactly ideal for a photo shoot where you want the cereal to look as tasty as possible. Using glue keeps the cereal floating on top, making for a much more appealing shot. Green grass. Number 7, Green grass. It's the mark of a thriving neighborhood or a well-maintained stadium, grass so green you could picnic on it and feel completely connected to nature. But what happens when you're too lazy to water the lawn and it dies, or if there's a drought for the 4th year in a row? That's exactly what happened in 2015 when Californians, fed up with their patchy, yellow lawns, took matters into their own hands. Their solution? Regular old paint. That's right, just look at these folks. Companies even started offering environmentally friendly turf dyes to meet the demand. It turns out that this trick has been a secret weapon for landscapers at athletic fields and golf courses for years. When you think about it, it's pretty amusing. The only way to achieve natural-looking grass is by using something completely unnatural to cover up the problem. But in the middle of a drought, it seems like the only attractive solution. Looks like the grass on the other side of the fence isn't always greener after all. Towels. Number 6, Towel stacks are a lie. Retail stores thrive on sales, and sales depend heavily on effective product advertising. That's why, in some department stores, instead of hiring someone to meticulously fold towels into neat stacks, they use a clever trick. They loop a single towel through a block of foam to create the illusion of multiple stacks of folded towels. It's actually pretty smart. A perfect example of the phrase work smart, not hard. But it does make you wonder, couldn't that space be put to better use? Captain Crunch. Number 5. Commander Crunch. That's right, no mistake here. Our beloved Cap'n Crunch, who smiles from cereal boxes everywhere, isn't quite what his title suggests. It's all in the details. Take a close look at his uniform. Notice the 3 stripes on his sleeves? Military enthusiasts will see the issue right away. 3 stripes actually signify a commander, not a captain. If he were truly a captain, he'd have 4 stripes. So, it turns out Cap'n Crunch isn't really a captain at all, he's an imposter. Toad. Number 4, Toad. He's the longtime protector of the Mushroom Kingdom and my personal favorite character in Mario Kart. Sure, he's a lightweight, but his acceleration and drifting are top-notch. In short, I absolutely love this guy. Like many people, I always assumed Toad was just a brainy little guy with a mushroom-shaped, polka-dotted head. But it turns out, my whole life has been a lie. Check out this screenshot from the Adventures of Super Mario Bros. Cartoon series. In it, Toad is seen removing his cap, revealing 3 strands of hair that even Homer Simpson would envy. Why he chooses to wear such a huge hat is anyone's guess. Maybe it makes him feel taller. But one thing's for sure, at least he doesn't have to worry about buying a pillow. Pizza. Number 3, takeaway pizza. You know, I have a bit of a confession, I love watching cooking shows, even though I don't cook all that much. It's kind of funny when you think about it, but I'm sure I'm not the only one. When it comes to pizza, they always make it look so simple. They grab the dough, slap on some sauce, and spread it around with this nifty tool called a spoodle. If you haven't heard of it, a spoodle is like a hybrid between a spoon and a ladle. Pretty cool, right? But here's something that really caught my attention. The way many takeaway pizza places handle the sauce is even more efficient. Instead of manually spreading the sauce with a spoodle, they use a spout, kind of like the ones you see at McDonald's. They just plop the dough on a flat surface, and as it spins, the spout moves around, perfectly coating the entire pizza with sauce. No spreading required. It's a genius little trick, and I have to say, I'm a fan. Tiled patios pavements. Number 2, tiled patios and pavements. Whenever I see a pavement made up of blocks, my first thought is that they must be bricks carefully laid down in a neat formation. I mean, why would they bother doing anything else, right? Well, it turns out I was wrong. Some companies actually use a brick stencil stamp, pressing it straight onto setting concrete. It's a clever trick that creates the appearance of a brick pattern without the hassle of laying each block by hand. It's easier and gives the pavement a more appealing look than plain concrete. That said, real bricks are still preferred over asphalt or concrete for several reasons. Asphalt roads might be quicker to lay down, but they require more maintenance. They break down faster, and fixing bumps and cracks can be a real headache. But laying all those bricks by hand? You'd think that would be too labor-intensive, especially for big projects. Actually, you'd be wrong there too. For large-scale jobs, they use these massive road printing machines. These machines make the process a breeze, proving that bricks are still a solid choice for road construction. The process is almost hypnotic. Just load the bricks at the top, and the machine spits out a perfectly aligned formation ready to be laid down. It's pretty fascinating to watch, really. Road markings. Number 1, road markings. Have you ever wondered how road markings are applied? I always assumed they were just painted on, and I bet most people think the same. That was until the day I saw a paving contractor using a flamethrower on the ground. It turns out that while many road markings are still painted, a lot of them haven't been painted at all since the 1950s. When they do paint the markings, they typically use machines to spray or spread the paint, often with stencils or tape to get the lines just right. But there's another method that's becoming more common: thermoplastic roadline markings. Instead of paint, contractors roll out special tape onto the road, then use a blowtorch to heat the surface to between 180 and 200 degrees. This melts the tape, causing it to bond with the pavement. Sometimes they need to apply a primer first, especially if the tarmac is older, to make sure the tape sticks properly. This method has several advantages over traditional painting. For one, it's a lot easier, You don't need to tape off areas and then fill them in with paint. It's also more durable, so the markings last longer. Plus, it's efficient because you only use what you need, and there's no mixing of paint involved. Because it's so practical, contractors often use this tape for repairs. The rolls of tape come in preformed sizes, making it easy to apply even intricate designs with pre-made stickers. For example, you can get blue pedestrian markers that are simply burned onto the ground. Imagine how tricky it would be to paint that by hand. Thermoplastic line markers are becoming more popular, so now you know about this clever alternative to traditional road painting. Which example did you think was the most surprising? Please let me know in the comments section down below. Also, if you know any other examples that should have made this video, make sure to leave a comment as well. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and click that bell icon to stay updated. Thanks for watching.